Hi, this is Kirk with Betterment. Happily to be joined by Ben Smock of Canopy in Kentucky. Ben, you want to give a quick intro on yourself as well as Canopy?
Thanks, Kirk. Absolutely. So my name is Ben Smock. I am the Director of Development with Canopy Kentucky. We are a nonprofit organization in Kentucky that is growing Kentucky businesses to positively impact people, our planet, and our future. And our vision is to make Kentucky first in the good business movement.
That's great. So you recently had a great summit with folks that really are pioneering both sustainability and Kentucky first businesses. You want to give a little brief overview of your summit?
Absolutely. So this was our Good Business Summit, the first inaugural event that we'll have, and it will continue in perpetuity. And really the goal with this event was to share voices from leaders that represent different elements of the Canopy certification. The Canopy certification is our tool to guide businesses to become more socially and environmentally conscious. And we're launching the Canopy certification and discussing important elements of it with the likes of Vince Tyre, who is the athletic director of the University of Louisville, and he was focusing on ethical leadership practices. We had Sadiqa Reynolds, who is the president of the Louisville Urban League, talking about the importance of an inclusive economy and guiding businesses to strengthen their diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts to be more supportive of racial justice. We had May Suramak, who is a small business owner in Berea. She is a successful social entrepreneur in her own right and speaking to the importance of running a small business as a social enterprise. And then lastly, but certainly not least, we had Jonathan Webb, who is the founder and CEO of App Harvest, which is recently listed on NASDAQ and is an agricultural tech company in Eastern Kentucky doing amazing work in the socially and environmentally conscious business movement. So this event was momentous for us. It launched the Canopy certification officially for Kentucky businesses. And yeah, we're very excited to be spreading the word.
Yeah, it was wonderful to listen to each of the experts and leaders talk about their journey to get them to a point where they realized that one of the things that took out from the discussions was sustainability in ESG practices can be a byproduct of good business practices that you use to grow your business. You certainly can say that about Jonathan's company. From that standpoint, ingraining these social environmental practices into your daily inputs into a business can really lead to real change.
Yeah.
Would you care to expand on that?
Absolutely. And I think it's always been an important element within the business sector. We have always, various business owners and entrepreneurs have always in some way, shape or form operated with a heart, right? Taking care of their people, supporting the communities in which they operate. And there's an opportunity to translate that intuitiveness to intentionality, right? And so really creating this accessibility and this guidance to embedding social and environmental practices into your daily work. And it speaks to the importance of how consumers are thinking, where investors are placing their dollars. And for a state like Kentucky, it represents tremendous economic opportunity as we can attract and retain people and businesses. And so really, we see the Canopy certification, the discussion topics of this event as something that is really important in guiding people to, and businesses to identify, focus, to create programming, and to continuously improve over time.
Yeah, and one thing you just touched on, which I had written down, was intentionality as a leader. You need to have a purpose and execute on that purpose to really drive the impact. And that's how Canopy Kentucky started, correct? Your founder had purpose and intentionality in his efforts, which led to the development of Canopy.
That's right. So our founder, Scott Collins, is also the owner of Facilities Management Services, which is a benefit corporation in Kentucky, one of 7. And he learned early on, that running his business focused on his people, focused on environmental considerations, would lead to sustained success over time. And that has propelled him from a business with you know, a lot of opportunity, let's say, in the early days, to one that is increasingly successful, right? And a model for why this business case is important. And so, you know, it's our intent to create more stories like that. A little janitorial service company from Shelbyville, Kentucky, with 30 employees can turn into one with 900 or so employees that are, you know, delivering impactful programs for their team members and the community in which they operate, and, you know, seeing sustained success, you know, in retention and, you know, generating new clients and things like that. So that's what we're building, more FMS stories.
No, that's great. And so focus on your stakeholders, right, leads to real results. Your employees, your customers, if you treat them with respect and correctly, you'll get much higher returns than perhaps other ways of doing business.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we fully agree in the stakeholder approach. And, you know, this is, it's one of those things that, you know, we touch on in school settings. You know, I've, you know, went to business school, and there's a lot of discussion around, you know, Friedman's version of capitalism, and it was incomplete at times, right? And so this really inclusive approach with all stakeholders does lead to organizational success over time. You know, not always something that immediately shows up in the short term, but in the long term, that's where you start to see the compounding effect over time. And really, you know, that's what we're focused on. That's what we're creating. And, you know, the goal, as, you know, kind of building on the FMS story, translating the anecdotal evidence of here's a few businesses that have done it well into the empirical case that this is the way, you know, complete stakeholder approach. It is not an approach to business that is exclusive to larger corporations. It can be done with, you know, within the entrepreneurial sector, small businesses, and really our job is to create accessibility to that.
Yeah, so 100%. So intentionality from day one, employee one, all the way as you scale to be the next billion-dollar company. I think that's important.
Absolutely.
Well, Ben, appreciate you filling us in, and look forward to continuing supporting your efforts in Kentucky to raise up all entrepreneurs in sustainable business. So appreciate it. Any last thoughts?
Thank you, Kirk. We really appreciate the opportunity and the ongoing partnership with Land Betterment. You know, really excited to see your work progress and to continue the partnership. So very grateful for this opportunity. And to anybody listening in, you know, there's information to check out Canopy, and we're doing some amazing work and looking for partners. And so please check us out. I appreciate it, Kirk.
100%. Thanks, Ben.
All right. Thank you.